Hello and welcome back. Today I am going to be showing you what I got for Christmas. I try to do one of these every year, and this year is no different. I am currently in a Frozen sweatshirt and I have hardly any makeup on, but I just really wanted to get this done. Oh, I don't like how I look, but that's that. I'm standing in front of my Christmas tree. It's still up. It is a few days after Christmas, so we're just gonna get right into it. This year I did not get a lot of stuff. I'm 28 years old. I don't get that much stuff for Christmas. I did get from most of my family money, and really only my mom, my sister, and one of my aunts got me like actual things. So that's what I'm gonna show you today. I did also get like some, in my stocking I got like some Starbucks gift cards, some socks, candy, disposable face masks, makeup wipes, just like little things like that. But these are like the actual gifts. So I'm just gonna start off. When my mom was asking me what I wanted for Christmas, I was like, I don't really know. Like, I buy a lot of things that I want. But one thing that I've been wanting was a new Nook. And a Nook is basically Barnes & Noble's version of a Kindle. That was the first e-reader that I had back in like 2010, 11. And I've had two of them. And I had one that I got in like 2013, but it was starting to go. Like it wasn't really that fast. It just wasn't doing it for me anymore. And I have had a Kindle for about a year and I love my Kindle. I also have an iPad that I read the Kindle app on, Barnes & Noble, Nook, and iBooks, or like Apple Books. But lately I've just kind of been in the mindset of like not wanting to buy off of Amazon so much and kind of supporting other businesses. It's like my own personal thing. Like I'm kind of bothered by Amazon, but that's like another video, another story. So I have the Kindle initially. I always swore I wasn't gonna get a Kindle. I got a Kindle because NetGalley, which is a website that you can request ARCs, which is like advanced reader copies of books that haven't been released yet, and they are Kindle editions. Like you can only, if you get approved, you can only use it on your Kindle. So that's why I got a Kindle last year, sometime last year, I think. But long story short, I wanted a new Nook because I wanted to buy off of Barnes & Noble more, and I like to have options. So my mom got me, the Nook Glow Light 3. And this is, so the thing about this, and it's different from my other one, I had the Simple Touch, which I don't even think they sell anymore. It has a backlight, and that was one thing that I really liked about my Kindle, is that it has a backlight so I can read at night and not need a light. But I also didn't want a tablet because I have my iPad and I don't like the blue light, so whatever. So this is what it looks like, and I can do like a whole video on this. I have an old blog post all about Kindle versus Nook, but I might have to redo it. So this is what it looks like. This is just a book that I had bought, and I'm still trying to get used to it. So you just swipe, and then this is the home button, and you could buy books right off of the you could buy books right off the Nook, which you couldn't do in the past, and I don't think you could do with the Kindle either, which I like that. I like being able to be on my Nook and not have to like log onto my phone or my computer to buy something. So this was like my big gift, and I'm really, really excited for it. I did read a little on it the other day, so I'm just very excited. To go along with the Nook is a Nook cover, and it says books, books, books. So many books, not enough time. I saw this. My mom was like, I need to get you something else. So I was like, oh, a Nook cover is good. And it just, this is like the back of the cover. And you could hold it like a book or just like that. But I also just like it because it keeps it a little more organized, protects the screen. I don't have a cover currently on my Kindle, but eventually I will get it. But I just really love this, and I'm very, very happy with this. Books always make me so happy. They're like my favorite gift to get. On that note, I got another book from my mom, and this is the HRH, So Many Thoughts on Royal Style. So it's Her Royal Highness, and it is by Elizabeth Holmes, not the founder of Theranos, but a royal reporter and a blogger, digital content creator, whatever you want to call her, who reports on the royal style, but also has her Instagram or blog. I think it's called So Many Thoughts. So that's why it says So Many Thoughts on Royal Style. And I was listening to her on a podcast a few months ago. She was talking about how this book was coming out. So I was like, this is a book that I really, really want. And it's basically like a coffee table book because it has it. The thought behind this is that it is it's a book all about the royal style throughout the ages. So it covers Queen Elizabeth, Princess Diana, Kate Middleton, and Meghan Markle. And it just has every like major style moment accompanied by actual words. So it's not technically like you can read this book. It's not just a coffee table book, which I appreciate. And I have been I mean, if you've been following me for a long time, you know that how much I love the royal family. My blog, my brand, whatever you want to call it, is Royally Pink. That is a play on the royal family because I started in 2012, a little while after Kate and Will got married, and just as like Prince George was going to be born. So very much into the royals, and especially this year with the release of The Crown and Princess Diana being in the spotlight again, I knew I needed this book. My mom also loved Princess Diana and is into the royals, so I kind of grew up knowing who they were. So I thought this was like a really great book. It's a beautiful blue color. They all are wearing blue on the cover, and then in the back is just the trooping of the color. I guess this was like last year or the year before. So very excited about this. It's like nice and thick. I haven't really like dove into it yet, but I can't wait to do so. So that was another book. And I guess let's get the books out of the way. So my sister, I needed to get something Sony Clover for Christmas, which if you've watched my previous Sony Clover collection video that I did in the summer, that collection has changed quite a bit. I've sold a few things and I've gotten a lot more. It's a problem, but so I had been seeing a lot of people in the Sony Clover community buying large pouches and making it like their book pouch, whether it's for travel or just for storage. So I wanted the same thing. I had given my sister like 3 different Sony Clover things that I wanted, and she could pick it to surprise me. She chose this. So it is the large pouch in sparkling cider, which is part of their fall collection, which once the fall nylon colors sell out, they will not be restocked. And sparkling cider is a really beautiful shade. It is like a very pale peachy pink. So I got the large pouch, and then Sony Clover does have like a book club that they started in August, and they released a bunch of like book merch, and then each month they kind of announce a new book that the club is going to be reading, and you can buy the book on their website or in their stores. And then along with the book club, they have a sweatshirt, they have mugs, they have like a whole little book club pack that you could buy. Obviously I bought it a few months ago, but what they did have, which I haven't gotten yet, was specific book club patches. So this one says The Book Life. This one says Books Are Magic, Feed Your Soul. And this one is just a little book, like an open book with a little heart. So instead of putting books across the pouch, I'm just gonna put these in the corner and like have it like that. I haven't done it yet. I just really haven't had the time or the head, but I laid it out on the customizer, so I knew that these were the patches I wanted, and I will probably place them right in the corner like this. And one thing about these patches that I was concerned about was because they're pink and red with a little bit of gold, so they don't look good on every single color, and I wanted like a different color. So I was thinking about white or black or sapphire, but then I was like, oh, I don't have too much in sparkling cider, and these looked great on it. Like, you can see how well they look. So super excited. I will be storing a lot of my books in this pouch, just because like I have books like all over my room, and it'll be nice to have a lot of them in one place, and maybe it'll be like the books that I'm gonna read next, or the books that like I'm gonna donate, just something along the lines of that. So then I got from my mom, that was from my sister, from my mom, I got a refill on my KKW fragrance and Kylie Jenner collab. This is the Nude Lips fragrance. I've bought this twice before. It smells so good. It's very, like, it's tiny, but the packaging is so cute. I don't know, I can't describe what this smells like. I'll have to like put in the bottom bar. It's very fresh. It almost smells like soap in the best way possible. It's like a fresh, slightly fruity, like really hardly any fruit, but it's like fresh and sweet at the same time. It smells so good. It's one of my favorite perfumes, I think, of all time. I haven't tried the other ones, and this is the only KKW fragrance I've ever tried, and it is truly my favorite. So I'm very happy to have that again. And then the last thing my mom got me was the Charlotte Tilbury Stoned Rose Instant Look in a Palette. I love Charlotte Tilbury. I need to do like a whole dedicated video on all her stuff, because I've been super into Charlotte Tilbury lately, and I've always loved the Instant Look in a Palettes. Like, I always thought that they were so beautiful. I never bought one because they're expensive. So why? And I would buy myself one, but I just couldn't justify it. So why not get one for Christmas? So it's her traditional packaging. Oh, how funny. And it has a mirror, a big mirror. And then you have three eyeshadows, a face highlight, 2 blushes, and a bronzer. It is the Stoned Rose, so it's like, I mean, all of Charlotte Tilbury's stuff kind of looks the same. Like, you could easily tell me this is a Pillow Talk palette and I would believe you, but very like, obviously you have the rosy tones, but then you have like more neutrals, but there's that pink undertone in these two especially. And it's just a beautiful palette. You could obviously use these interchangeably. You don't have to use them for the face, for the cheeks, for the eyes. I think like it's basically another eyeshadow palette, but I've been very into like tiny palettes and like all-in-one palette. So I just thought that this was like, it was a nice to have, and I used it on Christmas Day and I just loved it. The formulas are gorgeous. It's just a beautiful palette. I freaking love Charlotte Tilbury. She's just the best. And I'm so happy to have it. It is obviously a lot smaller than I realized. I mean, these are tiny pans, but is it worth $75? Probably not, but it's Charlotte Tilbury and I just absolutely love it. So it's a 5-minute face on the go palette. And this is the Stoned Rose, which is like more of like a pink neutral. It's a little darker than Pillow Talk. I think she has lipsticks and lip liners. Oh my God, I have something in my eye. Like, I think Stoned Rose is like a whole other family. Like, Charlotte Tilbury has Pillow Talk, the Pillow Talk family, the Walk of Shame family, and Stoned Rose, I think, is like another bestseller. So that's that. And then my last two are from my aunt, and these are jewelry pieces. And I sent her a bunch of jewelry that I wanted, and I just like let her pick, because I like to be surprised on Christmas. So I usually will send my mom or my aunt, or whoever's looking to buy me a gift, a few. And if they ask me, like, my family asks what I want, and the whole reason is because, so they ask me what I want, but then I like to also be surprised. So it's like the best of both worlds. Like, I know I'm probably gonna get something I asked for, I just don't know what. So I got 2 pieces of Miranda Fry jewelry. I don't know the names of these bracelets. I completely forgot. They will be linked in the description box. And I say bracelets, I meant a necklace and a bracelet. So I think this is the London Jackson. Don't quote me, but it's a necklace that has the little balls on it, and it's quite short when you put it on, but I think it's supposed to be like that. But I also have a lot of necklace extenders, so that's what it looks like. It's just really beautiful, simple. It looks ridiculous with this sweatshirt, but it definitely is a little tight for me. I will probably put a necklace extender on it just because, like, I feel like I'm choking. But it's beautiful. I love Miranda Fry jewelry. I definitely need to do like a little collection video or blog post on everything I have from her. But it's just a very simple gold ball bracelet that can be dressed up, dressed down. It's beautiful, and it's like, it's heavy, but not in a like aggressive way. Like, it's weighted, which you could tell it's like good quality. And then this bracelet, which I wore already. I haven't worn the necklace yet. It's just a simple gold link bracelet. And I wear this with, like, I have like a bunch of beaded bracelets like that. Those gold filled beaded bracelets. Most of mine are from Park and Beach. But this is just like a really, really nice like linked bracelet. And I love it. It fits really nicely on my wrist. It is like super adjustable. Like, there's tons of different settings that you could wear it on. It's kind of hard to put on yourself, if that's just what it looks like on your wrist. It's really, really nice. So yeah, it was a like I said, it was a tiny Christmas in terms of actual presents. I got money, gift cards, and the rest of it, but that's everything that I got. I will link everything down below, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.